What is going on, everybody? Today is the new star of my podcast called What is Viva Pinata? Now, I will have some background gameplay. So, to start off, Viva Pinata is a game for the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 is a console that is actually very cool. Very cool. So, the main goal of Viva Pinata is to get all of the pinatas and master romance them all. Now, to master romance them, you have to get 7 of the same species. Now, there are a lot of species in Viva Pinata, like the Bachelor going all the way to the Dragon Ash, and the Pretz Tail. Pretz Tail is my favorite. So, since Viva Pinata is on the 360, and the 360 is kind of unknown, and nobody really cares about it anymore, the game developer Rare actually put it on Rare Replay for the Xbox One, which still no one cares about, but still cool. So, there's 2 different games of Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise and regular. Trouble in Paradise is more harder because it has more regions and more pinatas. More pinatas means more trouble, hence the name Trouble in Paradise. Plus, there's more ruffians, and we'll get to those in a minute. So, and more like sour stuff. We'll get to that also. So, back to what I was talking about. Viva Pinata, still unknown. Like, barely anyone knows about it. So, Viva Pinata, you've probably heard me saying that like 21 times, is actually really good. So, after you have the regular pinatas and the sour pinatas. The ruffians, which is part of Professor Pester, there's a whole lore to the game. I'm just going to explain the easy things for me to say. I'm still learning about the game. But it is sour pinatas are pinatas that spread bad candy that make your pinata sick. So, I will leave all of the pinata species in the description of this video, or in the comments if y'all are on YouTube Music. Anyways, so about that, sour pinatas, there are 12 in Trouble in Paradise, 8 in regular. So I'm gonna name some of the regular ones. So we got Sour Shelly Bean, Sour Sherbet, Sour Profitable Mole, Sour Crocodile, and Sour Maca-Raccoon, and others. So, the Maca-Raccoon, though, is actually really helpful because it can help you get romance candy, and we'll talk about romancing in a sec. So, romancing is different. So, you have to give a list of requirements. We'll talk about those later, but after you claim those requirements, you gotta get them a house, and then you gotta bring each pinata, so you have to have 2 of them, and the 2 will go into the house. You have to do a little romancing mini game, which is basically just an obby for all my Roblox players, and a maze. It's basically a maze. So, the maze sometimes is hard in Trouble in Paradise, because you have to get a specific number of hearts. So, for romancing, you have to romance them 5 times to get Master Romancer. So, for like worms, you have to give them plants, I think, and a worm house. You have to get, each pinata has a different type of house. So, how do you get the houses? That's the real question. And my answer is Willy. Don't ask, okay? That's his name. So, Willy the Builder, why did they name him that? Is a villager. Stop it. Stop with the Minecraft. And I can already see the Minecraft jokes in the comments. So, the villagers, like Lottie, we'll talk about her in a second. Lottie is Cost a Lot. Is the owner of the Cost a Lot store. You can buy stuff. Okay, and then and in the Cost a Lot store, you can buy seeds, fertilizer, or at least you used to buy fertilizer. But anyways, yeah, you get trees, seeds, plant seeds, bush seeds, pinata candy. I don't really know. There's other stuff too, like the tiki torch, what's just called the firebrand, and speaking of the firebrand, you can get a taffly, the little flies in the game, to get into a firebrand, water it after it's being burned, and then right before it's about to die, water it with a watering can, and then it'll turn into a red hot. The red hots are really useful if you ever need money, because they cost 21,000 chocolate coins. Chocolate coins are the currency in the game. You can't buy them, you have to earn them. Sorry, all my Roblox players. Anyways. After you earn the chocolate coins, you can buy stuff from Cost a Lot, or Lottie. Alright, back to Willy. Willy is a builder that you can hire to build stuff. I'll mainly be talking about the regular game in this episode. So, the main goal with Willy is him to build you a house in short time. He builds you in it in like 30 seconds. But anyways, after he does the build, you pull out your shovel and then hit A to reveal the building, and then it'll show up the house, and then you can and then after finishing the romance mini game, you can actually do the romancing, and they do a little dance, and then you get an egg from the character Storkos, who basically is like a stork, basically. Anyways, after you romance them, you can basically have another pinata of it. And after you get the other pinata, that'll go to your master romancing. Once you're done master romancing them, that can actually get rid of the sour maca raccoon, because you need 5. So after you do that, the sours will go into a cocoon, and then they become the regular things, like the regular Shelly Bean, the regular maca raccoon. And the maca raccoon is useful for romancing because it can actually dig up romance candy. So, back to the villagers. Another one is Gretchen Fetchum. Gretchen Fetchum is, well, a person who fetches pinatas that you've already tamed. So, like, you can place down pinatas if you've accidentally sold one. Like, you can hire her to fetch one for you. There's Express and Normal. I usually get Express because it is way more faster for me. Plus, if you have a really rare pinata in the garden and you've already tamed it, you can actually get her to get it for you. So, after you do that, you can actually get more and more pinatas. So, about the requirements. So, the requirements actually help get the pinatas. I know, crazy. So, once you get them, once you reach the requirements for the resident, it'll become a resident. Once it becomes the resident, you have it in your garden, it stays. And once it stays, you have it, and it'll stay in your garden. So that's cool. So, oh yeah, Bart. Stop it. Bart is a tinkerer. He tinkers your items to turn them into different things. Like, for example, bread turns into a sandwich, a pumpkin turns into a jack-o'-lantern, and a bottle of honey turns into medicine. And then, once you tinker it, you basically unlock it. You basically get a whole new item that can help get more pinatas. So, here is the main pinatas. Worm, Spearmint, Dragonash. Well, those are the main ones to me. And Pret's Tail. Pret's Tail you get by having a bunny comb. You attract the bunny comb by getting a carrot in your garden, and then he eats it, and then he becomes a resident. For the Pret's Tail, he has to eat the bunny comb. No, very, very sad. The bunny comb's actually very cute. But the Pret's Tail's even cuter. So the Pret's Tail really does nothing. It's just cool. He stays in the garden. There's also Licatoads, which you attract by having water, I think. And then the water, if you have like 30% water, you can attract all the water animals. And then if you get water cress, the seed, and plant it and water it, this is basically just a gardening game. You can unlock the Newt Git. The Newt Git does nothing. It's just useful for romancing. But you can also turn it into a Salamango, which is even more money, by feeding it a chili. Alright, that's all for today's episode. Bye-bye.